Vin Diesel, born Mark Sinclair on July 18, 1967, in Alameda County, California, grew up with a cloud of mystery surrounding his origins. His birth certificate had no father's name, a blank space that would shape his identity for years. Raised by his mother, Delora, a white astrologer with Scottish roots, Vin's childhood was marked by unanswered questions about his heritage. His mother never revealed his father's identity, and even as an adult, Diesel chose not to take a DNA test, valuing the mystery over certainty. Growing up without the presence of a father figure fostered a sense of independence and self-reliance in Vin. He was raised in New York City, far from conventional suburban life, in the Westbeth Artists Housing, a converted industrial complex in Greenwich Village, surrounded by creative minds that would influence his future career. The influence of art and theater in his youth. Vin Diesel's childhood in the Westbeth Artists Housing was far from ordinary. The complex was filled with painters, musicians, and artists, offering a world of inspiration rather than routine. His neighbors included jazz legend Miles Davis and photographer Diane Arbus, figures who helped cultivate the artistic environment that would shape his future. Diesel's stepfather, Irving Vincent, a black theater director, was particularly influential in his life. Irving introduced him to the arts, sparking a love for theater and storytelling that would remain with him throughout his career. In this vibrant atmosphere, Diesel's imagination flourished, and he learned early on the value of creativity and self-expression. This environment, filled with unconventional thinkers and artists, provided him with the tools to develop a unique perspective on the world. Discovering acting, a chance encounter that changed his life. Vin Diesel's first experience with acting came at the age of 7, but it didn't start in the typical way. Vin and his friends had broken into a local theater with the intention of vandalizing the walls, but the director saw potential in the children. Rather than punishing them, the director handed them scripts and offered a small stipend for rehearsals. Vin agreed to take part and ended up performing in a play called Dinosaur Door. This unexpected act of kindness ignited a spark in Vin that would eventually guide him toward a career in acting. The experience exposed him to the world of performance, where self-expression could lead to new opportunities. From that moment, Diesel's passion for acting grew, and it became an inseparable part of his identity. Facing struggles, the teenage years, and working hard for survival. Despite his passion for acting, Vin Diesel's teenage years were not easy. To support himself, he took on physically demanding jobs, working as a nightclub bouncer in Manhattan from the age of 17. For nearly a decade, Diesel worked in clubs like Tunnel and Mars, where he often faced dangerous situations. The job required him to deal with unruly patrons, gang members, and organized crime figures. His reputation for strength and toughness grew so much that local hospitals jokingly referred to him as Diesel in their reports about fights. This nickname stuck and would become his professional identity. In addition to the challenges of his work environment, Diesel used his free time to focus on building his physique, training with makeshift equipment. These years of physical and emotional challenges strengthened his resilience and fueled his dreams of becoming an actor. Rising to stardom, the Fast and the Furious franchise. By 2000, Diesel had begun to make a name for himself in Hollywood, with roles in films like Pitch Black, but it was The Fast and the Furious, 2001, that truly launched him to international stardom. As Dominic Toretto, Diesel brought charisma, toughness, and authenticity to the role, captivating audiences worldwide. The film, made on a modest $38 million budget, grossed over $200 million, surprising both studios and moviegoers. Diesel's commitment to the film went beyond just acting. He refused a $25 million offer for the sequel because he felt the script lacked the emotional depth that made the first film special. This decision demonstrated his dedication to meaningful storytelling, setting him apart from many of his Hollywood peers who prioritized profit over narrative integrity. Building a legacy, expanding the Fast and Furious franchise. Over time, Diesel transitioned from just an actor to a producer, gaining creative control over the Fast and Furious franchise. Rather than focusing solely on the financial rewards, Diesel negotiated ownership rights, ensuring that he had a long-term influence over the direction of his character and the storylines. His efforts paid off, as films like Fast 5 and Furious 7 became box office giants, earning billions worldwide. Diesel also founded production companies like One Race Films and Tygon Studios, which allowed him to maintain creative control and protect his vision. Through a combination of business savvy, creative vision, and perseverance, Diesel not only became a global star, but also a powerful force behind the scenes in Hollywood. A private family life, protecting his loved ones. Vin Diesel has always been protective of his private life, especially when it comes to his family. In his long-term relationship with Mexican model Paloma Jimenez, Diesel has 3 children, but he rarely shares details about his family life publicly. He likens his approach to a Harrison Ford code of silence, choosing to shield his children from the pressures of fame. Diesel has strict rules about keeping his family life private, such as never filming on his kids' birthdays. However, his family is still a part of his work in small but meaningful ways, such as his daughter voicing a character in a Fast and Furious animated series, and his son playing a young Dominic Toretto in F9. Diesel has said that waiting until his 40s to become a father allowed him to be fully present and intentional in raising his children. Unexpected passions, Dungeons and Dragons, and creative hobbies. Although Diesel is best known for his action roles, he has a range of interests that might surprise his fans. One of his long-standing hobbies is Dungeons and Dragons, the fantasy role-playing game that he has enjoyed since the 1980s. Diesel even wrote a foreword for an anniversary book about the game and continues to play with friends and co-stars. His love for imaginative worlds extends beyond the high-speed action films he is known for, and he has expressed interest in creating a live-action adaptation of the game. These hobbies show a side of Diesel that values creativity, friendship, and quiet moments of enjoyment, offering a deeper understanding of the man behind the tough guy persona. Challenges and controversies. Resilience in the face of adversity. Like many Hollywood figures, Vin Diesel's career has faced its share of challenges. Tensions on set, creative disagreements, and personal controversies have tested his resilience. However, these moments of adversity have only demonstrated his commitment to protecting his vision and principles, both in his professional and personal life. Diesel has learned to balance his public persona with a grounded private life, and his ability to navigate the pressures of fame while staying true to himself is a testament to his strength and character. These challenges have shaped him into a more resilient individual, further solidifying his place in Hollywood and the hearts of his fans. Legacy and impact. A man defined by loyalty and heart. Vin Diesel's story is one of resilience, creativity, and emotional depth. From his humble beginnings in New York's artist housing to his rise as one of Hollywood's highest-paid actors, his life has been defined by determination, loyalty, and a commitment to meaningful storytelling. His success in the Fast and Furious franchise is only part of his legacy. His influence extends beyond the screen through the relationships he has built and the values he upholds. Diesel's legacy is one of strength, vulnerability, and heart, showing that true success comes not just from achieving fame and wealth, but from the connections we make and the lives we touch.